Build the dream in FIFA 20, pay less and get more, and use the code TVM at checkout for a bigger discount. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another video. I did it last week and it was quite successful, so I thought, I'll give it another go. This is early Team of the Week predictions. It's a little bit later actually than I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be at first thing this morning, but yeah, weekend league and things are just getting in the way right now. But here it is. So this video is not the full and final Team of the Week predictions. We'll do that tomorrow morning. But for right now at least, these are the front runners from the top 5 leagues. We might look at the Dutch league if we have time. But there are a lot already confirmed players for this week's Team of the Week, right? So if you're halfway through your weekend league games, maybe you've already hit goal 3 and you're thinking, do you know what, I might just stop. If the Team of the Week doesn't look that good, maybe you should stop. This could help you out. So the first game we're going to come to, and we are going to do the Premier League first. The first game we're going to come to is Leicester-Southampton. We're going to have a look at Manchester City as well. I'm not going to bother with Watford-Bournemouth because... and I'm not going to bother with West Ham-Sheffield United as well because that also finished 1-1. We are going to look at both of these though. The only ever times I look at like 1-1 draws or 0-0 draws is if a big team is playing a quote-unquote lesser team and they manage to keep a clean sheet. So there's a couple of goals in this one. This one is going to be so random. In fact, I think, in fairness, there should be 3 informs from this game. We should have one for Jose Perez. We should have one for Vardy. And we should have one for Chilwell. Now, Chilwell is the interesting one here because he, of course, is the only one of the 2 that didn't get a hat-trick. But for a left-back to get a goal and 2 assists... that's quite impressive, you know. So I'd be very much leaning towards Chilwell in form. However, with 2 players in there getting hat-tricks in the Premier League, I don't know what to tell you, to be honest. So if you put my head on a block, I would say Jose Perez. But I've been wrong before. We should have 3 informs. What we should have, actually, is maybe 2 in the Team of the Week and then 1 as an objective. We won't get that, but that's what we should have. Yeah, let's move on. So the other game in question was Manchester City against Aston Villa. I mean, you know, you can make a really loose argument here or there. Maybe Ederson, to be fair. Ederson had 5 saves, or made 5 saves, and obviously kept a clean sheet. Played an 8.5 as well, which for a goalkeeper is very high. So yeah, I'd probably go with Ederson from that game. I mean, you don't have to go with anyone from it, but I would probably go with Ederson. Let's move on to Brighton against Everton. Brighton, who pulled the rug from under Everton's feet. Digne own goal. To be fair, there's nothing really there that I would say, yes, that, you know, this deserves an inform. 2 own goals in there. Maupay with a goal, didn't play particularly well. Pascal Gross with a goal, played even worse. It's just not a great game there. Chelsea against Burnley. Christian Pulisic in form. I think he's got a ones to watch. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I didn't show you any of the Leicester players, but for those interested in the ones to watch, this is pretty much what the ones to watch would look like, I think. So still not a great card, but much better than what it was at a 79. So an 82 rated with 91 pace, 85 dribbling. Rest of the stats are sort of mid-70s for shooting and passing. And then only up 1 defending, and I think 4 I've actually increased that by on physical. I'm being as conservative, should we say, as possible, because EA have been quite bad with upgrades recently. And of course, you know, Sunday games left to play, some big games in there. Man United, Arsenal, Tottenham and Liverpool all playing, so you never know what can happen. Of course, these are very early predictions. So Saturday, only 3 games to speak of. We'll have a look at Lecce. I'll have a look at Friday game as well, actually. 2-2 there. Not as important. So let's have a look at Genoa first. 3-1. Kouame off the bench with a goal and an assist. So that's a potential. Moving on to Juve against Lecce, however you say that name. For as much as I'd like to say, yeah, let's give the home side an inform here because they've just helped the champions to a 1-1 draw, I can't really see anyone. So unless they really just want to pick out the defender who played a 7.0, Lucioni, maybe, but to be honest, not for me. And then moving on, Sassuolo goalkeeper Consigli playing an 8.1, getting man of the match. and of course keeping a clean sheet in there as well. We'll move on from the Italian League. Most games played on Sundays, so hopefully we'll see something significant happen there. Villarreal won 4-1. There's four clean sheets here across 2 days. So Villarreal 4-1. A bit of a surprise result as well, because Deportivo Alavés are no pushover, but Villarreal just came up big. Ikambi would be a pretty cool inform. I doubt they'll give it to Cazorla for 1 assist. Moreno would be a bit of a waste of a card at left side. Yeah, I'd go with Ikambi, and for right now I would put him on the list because we don't have that many strikers. Moving on to Leganes against Mallorca. I mean, that is not really a big fixture to my knowledge. Maybe the right back, but I doubt it. Centre back here for sure, Real Valladolid, Salisu. This is a big one as well. If EA drop another League SBC over the next week, and it happens to be La Liga, that silver, I'm assuming it would be a silver, Salisu. Let's have a look. That silver would be very expensive because obviously it won't be in packs. Salisu is indeed a 68 rated silver centre back, which actually wouldn't be a bad little card in itself because he's got the potential to go to, like, I don't know, 77 or something of that nature. He'll go to 70 pace. Well, I say that bad. It's actually not going to be a great card. Let's just say he goes to 75. Let's say this goes to not 90 because that would be too good. 80. Obviously, some of the other stats will be boosted as well. You know, you might get sort of, I don't know, 58 or something for passing, and you might, if you're lucky, get 60 for dribbling. The shooter might go up by 1 or 2 points, but generally speaking, that's what the card will look like. For a 77 rated card, that's not that bad, but I'm quite confident that he'll get that in form. Atletico Madrid winning 2-0 against Atletico Bilbao. Have had a good start to the season, and I would not be surprised to see Saul get an inform for that goal and the man of the match performance, despite only playing a 7.9, which is not a good performance in the grand scheme of things, but given the magnitude of the game, and the fact that it was a clean sheet as well. Not for Saul, but just in general. Yeah, I'll go with Saul in form there. Why not? Let's move on to the Bundesliga. A lot of goals flying in the few games that we had here. So Hoffenheim, Bayern Munich, Freiburg have won again. Paderborn have beaten Dusseldorf. There's a 2-2 draw down there by Leverkusen. I'm going to ignore that. So Mainz goalkeeper Zentner potentially. I kind of want to go for Boetius. 1 goal and assist in a 3-1 win. I was not watching the game, but I watched the results come in, and I saw this, and I thought to myself that would be actually a pretty decent card. So I definitely want to put that down on my team of the week predictions. The Mainz left mid. Moving on to Hoffenheim against Hertha. Maybe the defender, but he did concede 2 goals. Hubner is what I was looking at. I just can't really pick anyone from that game and be serious about it, so I'm going to ignore that one. Bayern Munich against Union Berlin. This is a really strange one because Pavard scored a banger. Really good controlled finish. Neuer has saved a penalty despite the fact that he hasn't kept a clean sheet. So, I mean, I've just hit my microphone. I apologise. If they decide to give it to Pavard, I don't think anyone would complain. If they decide to give it to Manuel Neuer, then I'll complain. But that would be a second inform for Neuer, so I would not be against them giving it to Pavard in the slightest, actually. And I probably will mention him in my Team of the Week predictions. I would really like that card. Moving on to Freiburg's 2-1 win against Leipzig. Interesting game this, because Leipzig are just on the slide right now. They sort of semi-stopped it in the Champions League, but it's just not going that well for them in the last maybe 4 league games. I would probably stay away from this one as well. I wouldn't personally pick out anyone to get an inform from that game. The goal scorer, if you had to press me, but probably not. Paderborn have beaten Dusseldorf. Sabiri, I have no idea what that card would look like, but I tell you what, he deserves it because he's put in a very good performance there. He's a silver 65 rated left wing that would be converted into almost a CDM. He's a little bit further forward than the other sort of central player, so maybe just a CM, but still, that's not going to be a great card at all, is it? That's going to be an absolutely horrendous card. It'll probably only go up to a 75, and it'll be a position change, it's just not going to be a good card. Yeah. Let's bump this up to what, 79. Let's take this over to 63. Move this up to 38 maybe. The passing is going to be a bit of a problem. 64. Oh dear. And then of course the physical. I mean, if I'm being super generous, which I doubt they will do, I'll just bump it up to 70. That is a terrible card, and I know that the CM is small, just for aesthetics. There you go. So that is a card that literally no one's going to be interested in at all. So let's get rid of that and move on to our final league, which is of course the French League. And this is quite a good league this year for FIFA. You've got a lot of decent cards. We get Player of the Months now as well, so we can look at it from that angle as well as just informs. Monaco have beaten Nantes 1-0. Ben Yedder with a goal. He's already in form this week, and I doubt they'll give it to anybody else, despite that being a very good result for Monaco. Monaco have started to buck their ideas up a little bit recently. But yeah, we'll move on from that one. Lille 3-0. They didn't have two of their best players in this one. They didn't play Jonathan Bamba, and Osimhen went off injured in this game. So Andre maybe could see that guy with a goal, and a 9.2 is a very impressive performance. We could also see Yazidzi with 2 assists and 1 goal. Definitely do a January upgrade already, because he's playing very well for Lille. But one of those two for sure. I don't know which one I would prefer, but yeah, definitely one of those two are going to be in form. We'll move on to Strasbourg, who won 1-0 against Nice. No Cyprian for Nice. He was suspended. I'm going to say no, Like, there's just nothing there that sort of stands out. Kenny Lala last year, by the way, had an amazing season. This year, he's just not doing anything, and he didn't even start that game. It's crazy. Moving on to Brest against Dijon. So that centre-back got sent off and scored a goal and kept a clean sheet. So that's an interesting one. EA have awarded informs for players who have been sent off in the past because they're idiots. But I don't know. I can't see that. I'm going to leave that game alone. And Lyon back to winning ways in a 2-0 win. Depay's played 9.4, which is a great return. He's only got the 1 goal, but I'm going to include him. I'm going to put him down. I've got a feeling in my water. Of course, it does depend on how many strikers score goals today. For instance, if Roberto Firmino scores a hat-trick, or Kane scores a hat-trick, or if Rashford scores, 2 or 3 goals. If strikers, not necessarily Premier League, but just in general, if strikers score goals today, and a lot of them, and I've got, 4 or 5 really strong candidates, yes, Depay's going to miss out. However, at the moment, there aren't really that many strong candidates. I can't see that many people in contention for it from the top 5 leagues, at least, that would sell packs, right? So, yes, I think Depay at the moment, Depay is on my list. And I think that basically brings us to the end. Very briefly, just want to look over at maybe a couple of performances here. So, Fortuna Sittard and Heracles with 4 goal performances, 20 in there as well with 1. So, nothing from that one for me. Hat-trick in that game. Diamaz, a cam for Fortuna Sittard. Probably not going to be a great card, but still, would be difficult for EA to deny that. They hate giving informs from this league. Like, in my opinion, that in the Premier League, the striker is an inform all day long. That in the Dutch league, EA won't even look at it. It's quite embarrassing, to be fair, but that's just the way that they operate. And, of course, there are many other leagues to look at, but we might as well look at this game here, which finished 3-2, just in case there is enough to warrant. Again, this one, 2 goals for the striker on the winning team there, and a man of the match performance as well. Played an 8.9, which is quite impressive. He won't get it because EA just don't care. He won't sell packs. Oh, don't put him in there. They really do need to do something extra for Team of the Week. Do some objectives or some SBCs or something. Make it a big event every Wednesday rather than just use 23 players no one cares about. So that's it for me today. Like I said, full comprehensive breakdown of Team of the Week tomorrow. A lot of games still to be played today, so we'll include all of those. If you have enjoyed it, do me a favour and hit the like button. Let me know which player you're looking forward to most. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.